Hello friends, for a self-finishing tip, because I know more of us are trying to do that and I'm happy to provide any guidance I can, I wanted to come on and talk about cording. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm a fan. So tips on cording is, generally speaking, I've heard more professional, more polished finishing and cording is smaller. And self-finishing tends to be a little larger, a little lumpy. So I'm coming on to give some tips on how you can go from cording like this to cording like this, because that's where we want to be. The first thing we do is measure. I like to take some existing cording and measure around all four sides, leave room for the loop, and to tuck it inside. 26 to 27 inches for my final cording length. So this one's about 30. We'll use that for easy math. I always add a third more to it. So if I have 30 inches for this, I'm going to go ahead and target 40 inches as my individual thread lengths to make the cording. Once you cut all your threads, you just tie them in a knot. Get a nice tight knot as close to the end as possible, and repeat for all your colors. Here's my 3 bundles of string. Obviously you can see I've got all of them tied and ready to go. In my house, I've got these lovely windowsills that work perfectly for making cording. I use my little clamp and crimp it down to hold my strands in place. Also use a hook or screws or whatever works for you, but just make sure it is semi-snug. You don't want it to come loose. Here's my long bundles of thread ready for twisting. I always find the shortest one and make sure that I tie the knot to accommodate that. We don't want to have them uneven. They need to be equal lengths for the laces. Also make sure to cut any extra thread. You don't want that to get tangled in the cord. Our 3 bundles of thread are ready. Our laces is ready. We just have to hook each of them up to the hooks. You want to keep them organized and straight. You don't want any overlapping of these yet. Otherwise it'll cause binding when you make the cording. We always make sure that we separate them, keep them clean, and we're going to go up first for number 1. Spin, spin, spin. I've sped this up. I sped for over 30 seconds. If you've wondered if you've spun enough, probably not. Keep going. Go all the way until the laces is almost pulling out of your hand. All right, it is good and taut. Lots of tension in the twists, and now we're going to start spinning the other way. To do this, I've been told it's helpful to pre-twist your laces to get a little bit of a laydown of bundles before you start actually spinning with it. Now we're spinning in direction 2. You can see it's going wild, having fun. The key to making tight cording is to spin longer than you ever thought. I don't think you can overspin it, just let it go to town. Here again, I spun up for about 30 seconds or more. Once you think you're good, it's time to unload the laces. So for this, obviously, loosen up the threads and then tie a little knot at the end. During this time, you're still holding tight tension to the other end so it doesn't unravel or pull on itself yet. When switching to the other end, you can let go of the cording. You can see it's going to untangle and untwist, and that's okay. It's still got perfect shape and form. Make sure you grab the other end securely before you undo the clamp so you can tie another knot. And there you have it. It's a nice, tight, crisp cording ready to be used on our ornament or bag charm. The one I just made, and probably one of my best ones, this is also 2-color cording. So compare a good one to a bad one. This one's done with 16, this one's done with 16, but this is done in four bunches of 4, this is done in 2 bunches of 8, and it didn't spin it nearly enough. So this is where we want to be. That's my tips, that's how I do it. Again, I'm open to some improvements. If you've got tips, I'll take them. If you've got questions, I'm happy to answer them. You too can make some really nice polished cording with some little practice. Nice, tight, clean cording that really puts a nice bow on your ornament. So let me know if you have any questions. Happy finishing.